So what's the difference between growth investing and value investing? Is one really better than the other? Let's find out. Most fundamental investors would have got into investing because of this guy. Warren Buffett has been famous for being a value investor and making most of his wealth and becoming one of the richest men in the world through the stock market. And through him, that's where most of us would get the idea of value investing. Value investing is basically making decisions in the stock market based on fundamental reasons, meaning that we look at company data like company financials, their business prospect, and of course, their valuation. However, when we talk about value investing, many investors will be associating it with buying stocks that are deeply undervalued. Then, on the other spectrum of fundamental investors, there are another group of investors that adhere to a different school of thought, and they are our growth investors. So these are investors that seek out fast-growing companies and invest in them even though some of them might have valuation that are considered extremely expensive. This group of investors would be investors that like to invest in companies like Tesla, Shopify, Amazon, and the likes. However, to make things even more complicated, it is also Buffett that says that growth is just a function of value. What this means is that growth investors is actually a subset of value investing, but not all value investors are growth investors. Nonetheless, in practice, when people are talking about growth versus value investing, they are mainly talking about growth versus what we call now deep value investing. In growth investing, the investor is very much focused on learning about the growth potential of the company, and they want to find companies that are growing faster than normal. And as a deep value investor, the investor might be more focused in finding a great valuation and a great price when investing in a stock. This means that the company itself and the business itself might be considered subpar, but as long as the investor can invest in it at a cheap enough price, he or she might still make a good profit from that investment. So at the end of the day, growth and value are just two different styles of investing, and there's no really a better way. Similar to martial arts, there are different styles of martial arts, but you cannot say that a certain style is better than the other. When we look back at the past decade, of course, the stock market has been great for growth investors. However, that might change in the next decade, and which might favor the value investor. Across history, there are periods where growth investors come out on top, and there are periods that value investors tend to do better. And most importantly, there's no reason for us as investors to pigeonhole ourselves to being either growth or value investor. Our portfolio can consist of both growth and value stocks. I know, for example, my own portfolio, which I have been building for the past 14 years, has a wide mixture of growth and value stocks. So that's the key difference between growth and value investing. So if you're just starting to invest, try out both styles and see which one do you prefer.
And once you are ready to start investing, you need a brokerage account, and that's where our sponsor comes in, FSN1. FSN1 is an investment platform that allows you to gain access to multiple asset classes including funds, bonds, stocks, ETF, and even insurance. And in terms of brokerage fees, FSN1 is one of the lowest cost brokerage in Singapore right now, charging with a minimum of just 10 Sing dollar for each trade. In addition to that, FSN1 do not charge a custodian fee for any foreign stocks stored within their account. FSN1 is a business division of iFast Corporation, a company that is listed on the Singapore Exchange. So if you are looking to get started with your first brokerage account, do check out FSN1 at fsn1.com.
If you like this video, I hope you'll give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And of course, do check out our other videos to learn to become a much better investor for the long term. Till we meet again, I'm Stanley. Invest safely.